One of the UK's most prolific cyberstalkers harassed countless women online. He set up endless fake social media accounts to contact their friends, their family, their employers. He impersonated them. He tried to ruin them.
Yeah, so Matthew Hardy from Cheshire infiltrated the lives of his victims and set about destroying their relationships and reputations because, as Richard said, he spread lies and sent explicit messages pretending to be them at times. Now, some of the women Hardy targeted have spoken about their terrifying ordeals in a new documentary on Netflix. Yeah, well, Leah Hambly and Abby Furness join us now.
Hello.
Hello to both of you. And, you know, so many questions about this story and what you went through that we were immediately talking about. It just seems horrific that this could happen. How did you first know that you were being targeted at all? Yeah, you go first.
Well, he first contacted me off a fake account. I just blocked it and I didn't really think a lot of it. It just thought it might go away. But within 24 hours, I had over 30 family, friends and that contact me because they had been contacted too. It just literally spiraled.
So he was pretending to be you, or he's pretending to be to somebody else to try to get access to you?
He would pretend to be me on all social media platforms, even including WhatsApp and text messages.
And what was he saying?
Gosh.
What were the messages?
He would say that
You probably can't say at this hour of the day,
if you can summarise it without being too explicit.
Yeah, he would... If he was pretending to meet me, he would contact people's husbands and boyfriends, and you can imagine what their messages
deeply
were.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. And if he was contacting them, he'd pretend to be my best friend and then contact them saying that I've said something about their boyfriend and husbands as well.
And what did he pick on you, do you think? What made you his target?
I have no idea.
You never met him?
I've never met him. I've never been to Cheshire in my life. I have no connections to him or his area.
So do you think he found you on social media? He saw the messages you were posting on social media and thought, right, I'll be her.
Yeah, his sole purpose was to destroy our happy relationships with our families, and that was what he set out to do from the get-go.
And Abby, what was it like for you? Was it a similar experience in a way?
Yeah, it was really similar. Like, it all just started from when I went on a boat trip in Ibiza with some really good friends that I made out there. And from posting stories with them, that's where Matthew Hardy saw me, and that's how the stalking started. He pretended to be one of the girls on the boat, and he started messaging me on WhatsApp. And like Leo, I just thought it would go away, so I left it, but things only got worse.
How convincing was he? I mean, when he was sending messages to, you know, friends and family and employers and stuff, were they completely believable? Was everybody taken in?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
He would lure people in with information that he'd get from social media, for example.
And sometimes he'd get the information wrong, so they would correct them and say the right information, and then he's got another pull in to... So he'd say about a trip, but he'd get the destination wrong.
Yeah.
And they would correct them, then he's got that information right to go to the next person.
He didn't make that mistake again?
Yeah. Very clever.
Very calculated.
Why do you think he picked you?
Honestly, I don't know. I just think that he saw on social media me having such a good time, and he thought, great, I want to ruin this girl's trip.
So do you think it was an intention to ruin, or it was an intention to get in on it? I mean, either way, the effect, the crime was the same.
Oh, it was
but
definitely
have you puzzled over his motives?
It was ruined, yeah, because he would send messages like, I'm only just getting started. So it was 100% ruined from the get-go.
And what was your friends and family and employees' reaction when they were getting these weird messages from him? Very convincing, as you said, totally convincing, but saying stuff that you would never say to them. What was their reaction?
Oh, my gosh. I had this incident with my boss where Matthew pretended to be me on WhatsApp and started communicating with my boss in a flirty, sexual way. My boss ended up getting some pictures from a photo shoot that I did, and it completely ruined our relationship because then my boss saw me in that way, and obviously I had no idea that this had happened.
Oh, God.
So coming into work and my boss acting...
Strange. Yeah.
Strange with me. I was very confused on what was going on.
When did he find out? Was it a male boss? I'm assuming it was.
Yeah,
When did he find out that actually it was all a con?
When I started acting really blunt with him because he was being very forward, and then he approached me and said, I'm so sorry, but I feel like maybe we haven't been talking. Here are these messages that I thought I'd been exchanging with you. Oh. And when he showed me the messages, I just felt sick because I knew that it wasn't me that had said any of
It must so mess with your mind.
It does, and the profiles that he uses as well, like these other poor people don't even know that their identity is being taken and used on these fake accounts. Like, how is that acceptable that you can just be anyone from anywhere? Like, you can make over 100 accounts within 24 hours. Like, it's crazy. Or one day on WhatsApp you can be me, the next day you can be Abby, the next day you can be the other girls, or you're then posing as my friends and then messaging people saying that you're in trouble and you need urgent help. Like, I just don't know.
How did you report it?
So you have to do it on an online form, online. But I did go into the police station with my mum, crying my eyes out, saying, please, can you help me? I'm really scared for my safety. And I took my yellow file in of evidence with me into the police station, and they told me to go back home and then re-report it on the online form.
Yeah.
What about you?
We got a statement from Kent Police, and they said that it takes, of course, every reported incident of stalking seriously as part of its commitment to tackle violence against women and girls. And also, of course, it carries out investigations based on the evidence available on ensuring those affected are given advice on how to stay safe online and protected from any further harm. And I guess, you know, what was hopeful in a way is that when you were brave enough to come out, when you did start to get the situation taken seriously and the evidence was being accumulated, nearly 60 others came forward as well, and it released those floodgates.
Yeah, I actually had no idea that there were other people being stalked. I actually just thought it was me, and
yeah,
you probably thought the
we
same.
actually met for the first time last week this morning. Yeah, that was the first time we met.
Right.
So,
But as we say, there were at least 60 others, and they're only the ones who've come forward. So goodness knows how many more who haven't come forward.
We've had so many messages from other females saying that they've been stalked by Matthew Hardy and that they want to make a report.
He must have spent all his time doing this.
He did. We was his job. He had no job, so we was
this
the
is
job.
What he did.
Yeah.
This was his life.
Yeah, we was his life.
He got 8 years. Well, he got, I think, 9 years to begin with. Then there was an appeal, and it went down to 8, which is actually the longest sentence that's been given to a cyberstalker.
Yeah.
I was talking to Marvin about it earlier, and you said only 8, and I share that opinion, given what he did. Do you think he should have got longer?
I say yes.
Yes.
Just because of the trauma that he's put all of these people under. He has harmed so many people, especially everyone's minds.
Yeah, and you see us as the victims, but it's not just us, it's our family, our friends, our work colleagues, all them victims behind. So every victim probably has about 30 other victims connected to that one person.
That's a really good point. How are you now? Are you recovering? Are you kind of over it?
I don't think you'll ever be over it.
No.
But I'm proud of us for speaking out because it's helping other women in the same situation come forward, and men as well, and hopefully this raises the awareness that this crime needed.
Because I imagine there were moments when it made you doubt yourself and sort of caution what you put online and all those sort of things. And did you have to work quite hard to think this is not my responsibility?
I think I really suffered with disassociation because you can obviously see yourself online doing all of these weird things, communicating with your friends, but obviously it's not you. You kind of get confused when you see it every single day.
Yeah.
And I always say this, but I used to be a different Abby. Before all of this happened, it really has changed me as a person, but since coming out about this and having the documentary and being able to speak about it, I feel like I'm really getting my voice heard so people can see the truth and what actually happened. And I think I'm, really getting myself back again.
And last question, do you both think a little more... I'm not saying you were reckless before, but are you a little more cautious about what you post online now, what you reveal about yourselves?
Yeah, I feel like we shouldn't let him win.
Yeah.
You should do what you like.
Yeah. Why should one person have to ruin our lives?
Well, it's good to see you, standing up and fighting for yourselves.
Thank you.
And speaking out.
Thank you for having us.
So well done. And the sad thing is he'll probably be out in 4, won't he? If he's
He's actually, October next year.
Is it?
We're hoping that more people will come forward with reports.
Which might have him prosecuted again.
Yeah.
Fine. All right, well, good to see you both. Thank you both for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.